Alright, so let's see what the teams pick. As we saw yesterday, and as I've said countless times, but I will remind those who are new to this mode or do not play it that much, team composition is even more important in threes than it is fives. And yesterday it truly showed. A good example was there was a team comp with two assassins, and they had two bruisers that they were facing, and they lost pretty hard, even though they had a good, strong early lead, just because they couldn't burst through them. We see Dr. Mundo banned. For those who were not here yesterday, Dr. Mundo was an incredibly strong, powerful pick. So was Trundle. Both proved to be surprisingly good. Dr. Mundo just in a strong, strong point. He can't really be bursted down, especially by three people. He has a great mix of damage and durability, and he's not really kiteable on this map. Trundle, as well as being a very strong duelist, doesn't really show his weaknesses here. In this map, and what's really interesting is Pillar can actually outright pinch off certain points where people can't even move through them, which is really, really big, since on Summoner's Rift it can't quite do that. It'll slow people down or force them to take an alternate route a little bit, but it won't usually block off a whole area. So Trundle and Mundo have been proven to be very powerful, so those were good bans. I'm not sure about the Brand and the Vayne bans. Oh, the Vayne is targeted at Best Vayne USA. Okay, that's understandable. So
I mean,
Renekton's a good ban. Oh, what's up?
like, it's just Bruiser Paradise here.
Yes.
I mean, to be fair, also Mundo and Trundle are good on like real game modes, not this
Yes,
joke game mode.
they are. Master Yi ban too.
The
Okay,
hell?
that's a target ban at 1-800 Go Fast. So they targeted ban two of them, and then I guess they just don't like Brand. Okay.
Oh, I guess it's wartime. We couldn't escape that.
Yeah. We see Smite Exhaust. What we've been saying a lot is that it's typically best for one team to, for every team to bring an Exhaust on one member, so that way you can shut down one out of three people with it. So, some of the teams prefer not to take it, but I feel like that's a mistake.
Yeah, to me, it's like I don't like Tam's just great pickup in general. It all depends on who they're like going to be facing. I mean, the only thing I could possibly qualm with Tam is that like I'm not sure if he's a great first pick. I mean, he's a fat ass bruiser, but I don't think he's like end all be all broken OP.
Yeah.
At least not. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say something really interesting is that Alawi has not been brought out or banned. No one's bothered to ban out Alawi or ban her, and while she is really strong on Summoner's Rift, and she is strong, she's really obscene in this pick. Oh, we see a Darius pick. Darius is the god of picks on this map, but I feel like Alawi actually contends with him now. Due to the closed environment, you can't handle her tentacles so well. The Soraka pick's interesting. I'm not sure how that'll fare, but we'll have to see. But Darius is by far one of the strongest, if not the strongest pick on this map. Always has been and always will be. Just due to a sheer amount of damage and durability.
I mean, on the Alawi note, like, yeah, she's good. She's got a lot of strength, all that good stuff. But my problem with her is that just she's so easy to deal with, especially with like Quinn. And as you can see, Quinn isn't banned here, so I know if they picked Alawi and they brought that, you know, big ass tentacle bitch to the map, they'd just pick like Quinn or something and just completely shut her down.
Possibly. Victor being picked. Victor's not a bad mage in this. We see a lot of mages go bot lane, but you have to be careful on which mages you pick. Champions like Ahri may not be the best picks here, you know. Champions like Katarina may not be the best picks, but you have some mages actually excel in this map, and Victor's one of them. He has he has good zone control and he has good damage. We see Ahri being picked, interestingly enough. I feel like she's not the best of picks for here. Of course, anything can be made work. Lulu is a far stronger pick. But some mages are not that great here. Ryze is okay too. You want people just with good zone control that work in tight spaces, that, you know, have a good amount of burst, that oftentimes you want some durability in them. Champions like Ahri don't really excel at that, so, you know, they're not usually the best picks for here.
It all depends on what he picks, because there's like...
And Nivea's not a terrible pick. She's actually very interesting. I'm a little undecided as what to think of Nivea, because she can close off entire spaces and create massive... Her AoE ultimate is very, very strong, and that you can't really avoid it on this map, but she's so frail that I question just she obviously has some things going for her. I question if those things going for her are enough to back up her frailty. So that's what I question about the Nivea pick. She does definitely have protection from Poppy, though. So if you wanted a team to protect a Nivea, Poppy would definitely be the way to go. We actually haven't really seen Poppy picked in threes, so I'm very curious to see how she'll perform. And then Pantheon is just a good early game fighter in general, so of course that pick is understandable. What do you think based off of the teams who's gonna win?
I mean, just looking at this, the main problem I have with purple team, not sure who they are, is their ults are like fucking garbage compared to blue team's ults. And I mean, Tam's is like he's got that teleport, and it's like it's not great. It's just a little bit across the map, but he makes up for it with that big ass health to damage boost. And I mean, these guys come online when they get their ults, and comparatively, like Poppy can knock people away. Who the hell is she gonna knock away? And like half a screen on Twisted Tree Line is like 4 feet. It's like, good job, you delayed the inevitable. Here's the cookie. Pants global, well, not global anymore. RIP 2012.
It is global on this map, pretty much.
Yeah, it's true. So I guess this Twisted Tree Line is good for something. Um, their ults are just, I don't think they're that great. And the other thing you gotta keep in mind is that if Tam eats something and Poppy knocks him away, that's like, she could be killing someone right there.
Yeah, I almost want to say that Pantheon's a better jungler on this map because you can gank pretty much at any moment. So the moment someone overextends, you can gank from anywhere. Unlike Summoner's Rift, where you see someone overextending, but you might have to make your way to get closer before you ult. On Twisted Tree Line, that doesn't exist. So if someone overextends, you just ult from wherever. So I feel like as a jungler, it might be better. That being said, you see a lot more roaming in threes, and you see a lot more movement patterns. So he's able to use his ult effectively no matter what. But I feel like he's better as a jungler because of that, even though you can still roam as a laner.
So straight up with these lane matchups, I'm just gonna, throw out a random guess here. We're gonna have Darius versus Panth, and we're gonna have Anivia versus Victor. I'm fucking terrible at this game, so I'm just gonna assume that early game Victor would win the Anivia matchup, but early game Panth would win the Darius matchup. And of course that's gonna like rapidly switch in both favors once ults start coming online.
Mm-hmm. I think that's a fair thought. If Pantheon doesn't crush Darius early, though, that's going to be quite a struggle for him.
Oh yeah, that's gonna suck ass.
And Pantheon has to be very, very careful because he has to be able to poke Darius down, but he has to be careful to, if he gets hit by Darius Q, that's okay. He can jump in Darius' face, but he has to stay in Darius' face because if he takes the inner part of Darius Q, then it's not that big of a deal. He takes only a small bit of damage and Darius doesn't get his heal off, and then he's kind of, all he has is W, which isn't enough. But if he takes the outside of Darius's blade, he gets the heal off, he gets the massive damage off, that could result in Pantheon losing his lane pressure and not being able to attempt to shut Darius down.
Alright, I think we're about to get into this here with like 10 seconds left, so let's get our asses in gear. Here we go. I do not know about Tam not taking exhaust over flash.
We see that in a lot of junglers. That's actually taken quite a bit. You see stuff like Dr. Mundo going Smite Exhaust, and it's actually not as bad as a lot of people would think, due to the nature of threes. Flash isn't as mandatory. I mean, it's still very, very, very strong, but
I mean, just my assumption is that like you got a Nivea who's like wall at level 2 can basically wall off entire sections of the map. Okay then. And like Tam can't get past that. So we have. Do you want to do these teams, or do you want to like let me do it?
you can do it.
All right, cool. We got 1-800 Go Fast on Tam in the jungle. We got Pony Montana on Lord Darius, and we got Best Vayne USA on Victor. And on the other side of things, we got Von Grupa on Dragon Slayer Pan, Vault Girl on Noxus Poppy in the jungle, and Hextech Anivia being controlled by Boogie Buntu. I can only imagine the fanfiction that's gonna come from this.
Oh God.
sometimes forget Boogie does that. I'm like, who's Boogie again? Is like, oh, right, he does that. Goddamn.
Alright, so Explorer Israel taught me to do something that I really should have already known how to do, but I am not the wisest person around. And I'm going to disable chat in game, so for those of you who have some special things to say, I'm sorry.
Yo, I love Victor's passive icon. Looks glorious as fuck.
Victor's passive icon. Let's go see that, shall we?
Have you never seen that?
That is glorious as fuck. I have, I just don't really play him much. That is glorious as fuck.
Oh, it's great. It's way better than Jace.
I might have I'll have to raise the
Fucking
volume
beta
of
asshole.
in-game.
Oh yeah. Can we check what their masteries are yet, or are we just gonna be blind?
Blind, unfortunately. Yeah.
God damn it, Riot. Are you serious?
Yeah, I know.
Alright, I'm just gonna guess that everyone's got Thunder Lords, and I'll wait for them to prove me wrong.
Probably fair. Looks like the game's being paused already, so something's going down. Oh, and it's starting again. Someone must have had minor issues.
Alright, so right now we see, like, Vic's got a, what's the name of it? He's got double Dorans and his Hex Core. Which, I mean, that's kind of aggressive, I'd guess. Like, Anivia's going for the long term with that, Tear the Goddess.
We saw that last time backfire Malzahar's, when Malzahar started Ruby Crystal and Mana Crystal, and Cassiopeia started double Doran's Ring against him. Cassiopeia got a strong early lead and was able to pressure that in on him, and so we'll have to see if that goes in Victor's favor. Although Cassiopeia tends to be a lot more aggressive early, Victor definitely can be, but I think Anivia versus Malzahar, even though both are safe, I feel like she has the capabilities to make a tier start work a lot more than, say, Ruby Crystal, Mana Crystal, to work on Rod of Ages. So I don't think that's a bad idea for Nivea. I don't think double Doran's Ring is necessarily needed, but we'll see how that pans out.
Alright, so they just sat in that bush for a while hoping someone was gonna come, but apparently
I'll turn the league sounds down just a little bit.
So now it's Panth versus Darius, and well, it's basically what I said. Actually, Darius just checked. He's got Grasping and dying. They're already going for the gank.
Damn, an early gank, early aggression. Darius is only level 1, and Pantheon's only level 1, and we see both junglers top lane.
Alright, so Panth, I know for a fact, has Thunderlords, and apparently Poppy has target. Yeah, she's got Thunderlords too. What I find weird is that Tam has...
Oh, Pantheon going in hard. Darius having to flash away. Pantheon's Ignite's down, however.
Damn. What's his name? Oh yeah, Tam's got Strength of Ages. And I don't know if you saw the PvE, but it's gonna be way better on the PvE than it is on live right now.
What are they doing to that mastery? What can you tell everyone about that?
Basically it's gonna stack essentially the same, but the main difference here is that now when you get max rank, it heals for 100 health for every time you kill a siege minion or a large jungle. However, on the PvE right now, when you kill something with when you have max HP stacks, it's gonna heal for 6% of your maximum instead.
That's really interesting. We'll see. We'll definitely have to see if that'll actually make a big enough difference. I still question it, but we'll see.
I mean, it's better than what it is now.
Oh yes, for sure.
Goddamn trash right now.
With Pantheon running out of mana, I think Darius can have some breathing room to be able to farm up.
Well, he's also under tower.
Oh no!
Okay.
Pantheon comes out and gets first blood.
Fucking demolish that guy.
Oh yes.
So, like, bottom lane is kind of just farm lane.
It is farm lane, although Best Fan USA on Victor is out farming Anivia considerably. A little trade goes off. It goes relatively... Oh! Victor scores another strike on her. Victor wins that trade hard. That double Doran's Ring showing off, as he has a fair CS lead and fair damage lead. We'll see if he can pressure it enough, though, to stop Anivia scaling.
Yeah, they both got Thunderlords, too.
Which is
what
to
I
be
find
expected.
also kind of weird is that Tam went for a skirmishers, and considering Tam's lack of, he's only got 1 CC and he's got exhaust too.
We
I would
already
have
see
thought he was
Victor
gonna.
fighting both of them, a barrier coming out. He gets, well, he doesn't get a kill on Anivia, but he drops her in his passive. Tom's going to pick up a kill on Vault Girl on Poppy. Anivia's coming into her passive, but she's having to flash away even with that just to survive. Pantheon's roaming down, but he's not going to be able to get enough off of that. I'm just going to show up for safety, if even that.
Well, they're gonna have to go back, and if I was, oh damn, here we go.
Here we see Pantheon just exerting another lead. Will it work in his favor? An Ignite coming out. It will. Darius goes down to Anivia. Anivia is early, being a bit behind after getting that kill. She's still a fair amount of CS behind. Doesn't have an assist, but that's definitely going to help her out.
Yeah, like I said before, that wall from Anivia basically just blocked off the entire section of the map. Tam had to like walk his fat ass all the way around that wall. He couldn't do a damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let me see here. Panth went straight for a serrated dirt, and I'm guessing that means he's gonna go for Ghostblade, maybe?
And we'll have to see. He could also get a Maul Mortius because Tom and Victor both do largely magic damage. Well, Victor does magic damage, and Tom does a lot of magic damage as well. So getting a Maul Mortius would be pretty dang strong. It also gives Armor Pen now, and when he gets low, the spell vamp that he can get on his spears and his E is just very strong. Here we see Poppy invading, backed up by Anivia on Tom, attempting to shut him down. Darius coming in, but Red Team's definitely doing their best to shut down Darius. Oh, but Anivia
shit.
goes down from Victor's burst. Here comes Pantheon going for the dive. He flashes, but it's not going to matter. Massacred under his own tower.
Tam's gotta get out of here.
Yes, but will he? Tam is not going to be able to, I don't feel. I think he's going to go down. Yes,
Oh,
and he
man.
goes down to the smite.
He was about to throw his little spear thing. They're
Barely
gonna be able
got
to get
canceled.
that uncontested unless Darius. No, he's not gonna try. There's poor Tam trying to look.
Here we see the Pantheon pick is alarmingly effective for the early game. Able to completely shut down the blue team, along with very good coordination from his allies to help support that. Although both teams do seem to have good coordination, so that is something to note.
We've seen 7 goddamn longswords, and it's only been 7 minutes.
Here we see Darius
Nope.
trying to be saved, but will it matter? Poppy attempting to zone people out, the old not exactly working. Darius is saved, just barely. Almost went down to the team, but Tom was able to fix him from giving up yet another kill.
I was about to say, I thought Poppy was gonna. Oh, he's going straight for that battle again. Yeah, Thick Dick Vic here has Hexcore Mark 1, so he's got one thing upgraded. Let me check what that is. I'm guessing, yeah, he went for laser first. Right, I guess they're gonna try to get Panth here, but I don't think you.
They do get the slow on him, but it's just not going to matter.
Panth is like double Darius to CS right now, and on the flip side, Victor has double Anivia CS right now. So I guess that early game would be damn helpful for, well, who is gonna. Yep, I was right.
We see Caulfield's Warhammer build on... Oh! Anivia going down again to Victor's burst. A lot of people unable to predict just how much damage he can output when he really
Why do
gets all
people
this out.
keep trying to fuck with Thick Dick Vic? Do not screw with Victor. You know, you fuck Jace. He will destroy you.
Here we see
Fucking
Pantheon
stop.
with Caulfield's Warhammer and Ionian boots. A lot of CDR on him. He's going to be able to get more ultimates off, more spheres off, and everything. Attempt to pressure his lead. So here we see the powerhouse picks on the red side team are going to be Pantheon, and the blue side team. Pantheon going for a flash stun on Victor. They attempt to bring him down. He has some durability, however. Looks like Poppy is going to go down. Darius is going to attempt to get the reset, his passive up, but they're able to avoid him. Will it be enough? He tries to get the heal, but he's eaten out of it. And then Anivia scores a kill, and he's
God
not able to
damn.
get the kill on her. I feel like that was a miscoordination there. Pantheon will score another kill on Darius, that going in the blue team's favor. I feel like that was a big error on eating Darius when he was about to get the heal.
This is why people don't like Wartam. God damn it.
Mid swing, just about to heal up. Oh, that was a
That was
fatal
really
error.
beneficial for that health relic to come back too.
Oh yes.
Because I think if that health relic didn't come back, Anivia would have died to that.
Oh yes.
So they came out of that 3 for 1. They basically blew everything on that. Oh no, I was wrong. Poppy and Nivea still have their flashes up.
With that much CDR, Pantheon's just going to be non-stop chucking spears, and we're going to have, and he's going to have very short cooldown on his ultimate as well, which is going to be very beneficial. Here we see him going on. I think again, Victor bringing Anivia down to her passive, dominating that lane. Darius is building quite a bit of durability though, so it does seem like he won't be bullied as hard even with the armor pen that Pantheon's building, but we'll see if that's able to stay up. I could easily see Pantheon getting a Malma Mortius later. Here we see Tom attempting to ult. But Pantheon's going to simply just walk away.
Oh, good attempt.
It was a good attempt. It looks like the Red Slime team wants to force something here while a wall come out. I have expected a wall to come out, but it looks like they weren't forcing things that hard.
This fat bastard takes like no damage.
No, he does not. Beautifully designed champion, right?
And then there's Vic, just doing Victor thing.
That's
so Tam went for a Cinderhold, and Poppy went for a Warriors. What's your take on like full tank Poppy, which is like Cinder Hulk and Randuin's and such, versus like Warrior Poppy? Because a lot of people like to build her like damage tank.
So I haven't seen her enough, and I haven't played the new Poppy yet, so it's hard for me to completely validate. We see Pantheon going in and Victor flashes away. Looks like that's enough for them to get what they want. But my take on it is this, and this might be incorrect, so take this with a grain of salt. But my thoughts would be that Poppy with a full tank build does a considerable amount of damage. Nivea going down to Victor yet again.
She just needs to stop getting close.
I feel like Poppy should get a cleaver for armor penetration for squishy champions, because killing tanks isn't exactly her job. And then I feel like besides that, I feel like that's basically her biggest damage item. Besides cleaver, I don't think she really needs much. I think warrior maybe if she's snowballing early, but if she's not, I think really tanky Poppy is. It does her job. Focus on Poppy's job. Poppy's job is disruption. Poppy's job is to make sure that she can protect her squishies, disrupt the enemy team, and she's a really good protector, and so building to do that is important. That being said, the people who are going to be trying to get on your team are tend to be either squishy or fighters, so it's building a bit of armor pen is definitely good. I feel like getting a cleaver is good, but I don't think much more than that's needed. But that's my take on it, and I could be incorrect.
Pantheon bought another goddamn longsword. That's 8. 8 goddamn longswords in one game. It's only 13 minutes. But he did build a ghost blade, so I guess I was right in that regard.
Yes, you
I guess he's trying to push it ahead rather than
And you can't blame him for that in the slightest.
I mean, personal thought is that longsword's gonna go to a.
I have to agree with that. I think a Mom Warrior is gonna be very good for him. Anivia's CS is being shut out by Victor really hard, although she is 2-3-1. She's not incredibly behind, although the CS lead is rather important. We see that both teams actually have similar gold, only 300 gold difference, which is pretty negligible.
It's 1 kill.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's see here. They're trying to get into gank Pantheon. They really want him dead, because he's got that,
that bounty on his head, yes. Looks like a fight's going out, and Poppy takes quite a bit of a beating. And Nivea gets pulled in. She's gonna get thrown down. Nivea gets slain, caught out of position, torn into pieces from it. Victor ult comes out, and that's just gonna be able to zone them away. They're not gonna be able to really protect the tower with that if he utilizes it properly.
Well, Poppy's gonna try to just
Oh, a
Oh, but
whiff on her ult, miss on it, and I'm not entirely sure how well they'll be able to protect the tower.
I think they might actually try to dive him. I'm not sure if they can they see him on. Yeah, I guess they can. Oh. Yeah, they're gonna have to let that tower go. And if I was Pantheon, I would back the help. All right, so blue team, they control both towers. They control both the altars. That's pretty damn big.
Mm-hmm. After going top, they make a very powerful rotation of bot lane as well, exerting as much map pressure as possible. Red team unable to respond to that, and while we saw just a minute or two ago that they were only a 300 gold difference, blue team, after getting bot and top tower in just a single kill, now have an 1100 gold lead on them.
Yeah, I think honestly Victor's gonna carry this game with like he can just blow up Anivia right away. She can't do anything about that.
I have to
And
agree.
I mean you can see Pantheon right now. He's going for that Hex Drink right away, and Poppy went for the Merc Tread.
Yeah, and I think those are smart buys. I did say before that Anivia definitely brings a lot. We saw with her wall, we saw with her ultimate that she definitely brings a lot, but I do question her frailty on this map, if that's okay. Well, she's not as bad as some other frail picks, she's still very questionable in the slightest. I would
Speaking of
consider...
not bringing a lot, Poppy's W is freaking useless against this team.
Yeah, they don't have any dashes.
I mean, it's great for like the speed boost and I guess the armor boost, but like
Here we see Pantheon
that's a
ulting
good
in.
idea.
They're going to attempt to take down Victor. Of course, getting a pick on him would be important. He gets a hefty amount of damage off on them before being saved by Tom. That burst is
Sam
just
says
unreal.
go.
We see Anivia able to zone off an entire place with her ultimate. And Glacial
So
Storm.
Victor almost 1v2'd them. Like, he would have died, but that health is no joke. Now they're
Oh,
gonna
no.
be able to take this tower. Try and prevent. Bye, Darius.
And Darius is knocked away, and Anivia Eve following him. Quite a hefty amount of damage going down on Poppy. She charges in, but is she going to be able to survive? I don't think she will. Poppy goes down. Darius still going in hard. The wall from Anivia is saving Pantheon, but it's not going to be enough to save her, I don't think. Oh,
No,
the
she can
slow
get
is
away from
enough. And she can get away
Even
from
if
that.
she didn't, her passive's up.
And that is true.
Although they gotta give up that tower right there. Don't try to defend that. Don't be a hero.
Looks like she's going to attempt to be a hero, although she inflicts almost no damage on Tom, not even gaining her empowered EF on him. She's desperately trying to wall them off, but I don't think that's going to be enough. She gets a little bit of damage off on Darius, but it's not going to be enough. She's not going to be able to save that.
So, interesting lore fact. The ghosts on the altar represent Ruin King and his wife.
Mm-hmm.
The one on the one on red side is King, and one on the left side is his wife, who died after he couldn't save her. Technic's an asshole.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't the Ruined King the one who ruined the Shadow Isles for power?
Oh yeah, he screwed that bitch up.
Because the Shadow Isles was once a very beautiful, glorious place. It was once bustling with life, and it was a fantastic, beautiful place. But the Ruined
You're gonna
King...
try to gank Victor again.
I don't think it's going to work out. He's playing a little too safe for that.
Nope.
He's also working on a Woogle at Switch Cap, which I think will be the nail in the coffin here. But he wanted more and more power, so he...
Oh,
That
shit.
burst just absolutely melted Anivia. She's barely going to survive from it.
Oh, they're
Pantheon
going
is
for it.
coming in. I'm not sure if picking this fight's the wisest with Anivia so low.
Well, she's
She
got
does go on her
little,
passive, that's true, but... Her passive
Yeah,
is going to be
Anivia
enough to
protects-
save her, though.
They tried.
Darius, while previously
Yeah.
behind, is now 4-3, brought back into the game with the aid of his team.
On the
Miss
plus
of
side,
his Q
Anivia
on the
finally
minions.
got a Rod of Ages.
Pantheon and Darius going at it, and Darius will in fact go down.
I'm goddamn shocked that that didn't hit turret debris. I would have thought his model was wide enough that it would have hit that little nub in the ground, but I guess not.
I think the minions on the top right were having a seizure there. What the hell?
So when do you think we're gonna get our first Biomall? Because it's almost 20 minutes, like 10 seconds.
First Vile Maw. Oh, that is, I'll say 3 to 5 minutes? If they go for it at all.
I think it all depends on who's gonna get Ace first.
Yeah.
So let's see here. Yeah, Vic's got his Wooglets. I guess he's not going to upgrade his Hex Core until, like, late game.
I think a Wuglet Spy is really good. He's already had so many cases where he's blown the enemy team up and he's gone so close to dying, but saved by Tom. Once he gets a Wooglets, he won't even have to rely on that. He can blow them up and then Zonias himself or Wooglets himself until his cooldowns are back up, and then he'll be able to go again.
I mean, yeah, but his Hex Core is basically a Doran's crack ring. And again, they're going for Vic. They want to kill him so bad.
And that's definitely in their decision. If they can pick him off, then the rest of the team should be easier. As Darius himself is not enough in his current state. They are going to be able to zone Darius off, which means they can focus Victor, which they're attempting to do. Victor does get eaten by Tam. Victor comes out. They do get a hefty amount of damage. The red team's zone control there was really well done. Curious to see who wins. Victor Laser missing. It looks like both teams are not going to get anything out of it. Fun fact, Wooglit's Witchcap actually used to have a variant on Summoner's Rift. Zonia's Hourglass and Rabadon's Deathcap used to not exist. The reason why whenever you use Zonia's Hourglass you see a golden ring around you is because the item used to be called Zonia's Ring. And Zonia's Ring was a combination of Hourglass and Wooglit's, but it was deemed too powerful, and so they split it up into 2 items. On the 3v3 and on Dominion it still exists as Wooglit's Witchcap, and the reason for it being is that without it mages would be a little too weak, so it's done for balancing reasons because the maps are balanced differently than 5s, but it used to actually be that way on Summoner's Rift.
But at the end of the day, who cares, because it's TT. No, but that is true about the whole ring thing. And I mean, I still remember that model back from like season 1.
I joined
like ages ago too.
I joined in season 2, so I wouldn't be able to say that I know that.
Oh, they're going for it.
Victor getting bursted down. Anivia almost falling but living.
Oh,
Victor
goodbye.
goes down. Anivia's burst actually rather alarming on him. Victor's, of course. Darius will be almost next, barely saved. Tom is getting slowed, but he's gonna get stunned.
You gotta do that wall.
Anivia is not afraid in the slightest, picking up another kill.
He doesn't even get to use his thick skin.
While Victor seemed like he was going to solo carry his team, as we saw there, if he goes down, then red team has the advantage in a team fight. Anivia's burst actually not even bad in the slightest, as she was able to dent him heavily. But we'll see if they're We'll see if they can pick up a kill in this tower. Pantheon popping his Ghost Blade to take it. Darius going to attempt to defend it.
Oh, never mind. Fix here. Time to go.
Oh, and Nivea is going to go down. Look, they're looking back, but only once.
Really?
Pantheon, Darius throwing his ultimate just for the bit of flair there.
Holy shit, he must be pissed.
That or invigorated.
Oh, well, I guess you were right. Here comes Vilemall.
Hey, I said 23 or 25 minutes. Here we see, before the 24-minute mark, they're doing Vilemall.
I don't think they're going to be able to contest.
There's no way.
So, oh, wait.
I don't think that's wise. I think they're going to be able to get it down. Darius might go down to it, though, if they play it right.
Shit.
Pantheon's ulting in.
Oh, shit.
Pantheon gets a Vilemall steal.
They whip both those smites.
That is alarming.
Let me check that again. I wanted to... So I'm rewatching the fight. They're fighting it out. Shit, I. Okay, so they went to Poppy. Just watching this as we go. Pant ults in. Pant tries to smite, whips it, and then the 17 just red. That's depressing. That's like Saint Vicious. Now they got. Right now, go space one back for the red team.
I do believe that that is going to be the play of the day. It'll be very difficult to beat out a play such as that.
I'm not sure if that's the play of the day or the failure of the team.
I would say the play of the day, but
Oh, Tam, don't do it. You've got so much to live for. Oh, I can.
here we see a lot of burst goes on a Poppy, but I don't think it'll be enough. Darius getting a bit heavy dented,
They
but
got too much health.
yeah, they got too much health. The Victor's what they're going to really have to go after, though, if they can't get him down. An ult goes on a Poppy, but doesn't slay him. In fact, Darius goes
Here's
down.
Tam's second health bar. Pantheon is 5-0. They're just gonna back off. Victor was completely shut out of that fight. He couldn't even get close.
The
So,
red,
now
the-
that... Now you go.
Oh, thank you very much. Well, the red team's definitely showing that one of their strengths is zone control, as we see. Some from Poppy having multiple ways, not just from her W, and Anivia able to use both her wall and her ultimate to zone control. But what were you going to add to?
So what I was basically gonna say is I was just looking at builds right now. So Darius has a weird kind of build with this Overlord's Blood Mail. I'm not sure that's a great pickup. And I mean, he's got a Jorm's Fist, and I think that's a fucking great item, and it's fully stacked too. He's got a Chainmail, but that Blood Mail, I just, like, why?
Blood Mail, if you get a killer assist, provides massive health regen. So for those who don't know, it's upon a killer assist, he gets 300 health over 5 seconds, which is a very massive surge. And if you combine that with Darius's heal, and if you combine that with just the nature of the champion with his ultimate, can actually give him some massive heals in some clutch situations. So I feel like it's definitely not the worst buy. I feel like he should decide on an item though. He has some armor, he has some health, he hasn't fully decided what he
Oh
wants
shit,
to go
he's
for.
going in.
A flash is going to come out from Anivia. Pantheon's pinging that he's on his way with his ultimate, but it's just not going to
Nah,
do
they're not
anything.
gonna. They're just gonna back off. So, in the middle of all that, we got some actual more items on the blue side. Anivia finished her Archangel staff, which is now Seraph's, and both Poppy and Pantheon have Maul Malmortius.
I believe it's a
Oh, shit.
Malmortius. Valkyrie not caring about what damage she takes, taking the burst, Victor ultimate, and Darius ultimate. Darius does kill her, but not with his ultimate. Taking a little bit too much damage, though. Victor shutting down Pantheon. They can't quite finish him, and Anivia is going to have to kite them off in a way and attempt to be able to hold them off. Red team, even with all of that, does have a small gold lead. Blue team just caught up to that with those minion kills, however.
Now they're gonna take that,
That altar, yes.
that's gonna suck. Wait, so let me see here. Tam has fully stacked his Strength of Ages, so that's an extra, I believe, 300 health?
I believe so, yes.
Alright, I mean, it's not bad. Like, oh, you know what? That's even more than 300 health. He's got Cinderhold. Oh, Darius, what are you doing? You're taking so much damage.
Oh, he's not going to care. As a matter of fact, his Overlord's Blood Mail is going to help give him some extra health regen through that as well.
True. I see the value of that item now. So Panth, if I had to make a guess, he's gonna go for the Dead Man's Plate, which I'm still so friggin' pissed. It's just a better version of Sunlight.
Pretty much for now.
Just, I mean, even, it's just better, period.
The only The only exception I've found is Shen when he wants to split push can go Sunfire into Titanic Hydra, and it can help him just clear waves faster since that's one of his weaknesses.
I don't know, it's just such a bad item. So Darius finished the second item, which is gonna be that Starox. Victor's got that level 2 Hex 4 and the Lich Bane now. That motherfucker's gonna hurt.
Oh, with the Lich Bane, his burst is going to be massive, as if it wasn't already.
Wow, Darius. That prick just stole his big wolf. What an asshole. Report Darius. So, the other thing is that Tam seems to be going for a Frozen Heart. Shit.
Here we see Victor actually getting quite a bit of damage on him. He's going to use his Wooglets and then flash away. Poppy's going to flash and then Rambo mins, so Tom has to save him. All the resources going in to save Victor, but will it be enough? They're attempting to get him down at all costs. Poppy taking massive damage. Going to die to Darius' ultimate. Darius' passive goes up and he gets shut down, but he's going to... Yes, Pantheon goes down with that. Anivia's left. She's going to get eaten and then tossed into the stun from Victor. Very well coordinated from the blue side team. Although both teams did coordinate well, the blue side team came out ahead. This is a rather thrilling, exciting match. Both teams actually pretty well coordinated.
Poppy keeps diving shit.
I feel like she kind of has to. She kind of has to be able to get Victor, though.
Yeah, that passive don't do shit against that true damage. Her ass is grass. So what I was saying beforehand is looks like he's going for Frozen Heart. I don't think it's a great item. I mean, it's great if you have a lot of attack speed carries and stuff like that, but no one on their team really has attack speed. I would have gone for a Iceborne Gauntlet. It's pretty much similar stats, but it gives you a better passive.
I have to agree with that.
You just agree with everything I say. Alright, so Nivea's got a Negaton, which I'm guessing is going to be Abyssal. Oh, you know what? She could also get Moonfire Spellblade. Why the hell ain't that item on Summer's Rift yet, Riot?
Because it would break some champions like Diana, and as much as someone who plays Galio a lot, at least in ranked, I don't really play him in normals, but as long as someone who loves playing Galio in ranked, I would love Moonflare Spellblade on him, but I'm pretty sure everyone would hate me if I used it on him, so I can see why that item is not allowed on Summoner's Rift. Diana would be stupid, Echo would be stupid, and quite a few champions would be rather stupid with it.
No lie, I'd get it on Shen. Not even joking.
I could actually see that.
Oh shit, he's going right for Victor every time, but that's not gonna do shit.
Darius ult coming out, it's not gonna kill them. Poppy going a little too hard, she's gonna get punished for that.
Goodbye, Tam.
Oh, will she be able to take... She takes Victor out! Anivia does go down, but Poppy's actually alarmingly able to slay Victor. She's gonna attempt to get away. Darius doesn't have ultimate, so she's able to get out. A 1-for-1, alarmingly enough.
I gotta eat my fucking words now. She dived and that was successful. Commentator's curse, god dang.
Close match though, and 33 minutes and going. We'll see how long this lasts. This is definitely one of the longer matches.
Yo, look at this fucking peasant Tam with tier 1 boots. This fucking orphan catfish. Alright then, so Darius, I'm gonna be guessing he's gonna go for a Dead Man's Plate, which...
Interestingly enough, Darius actually upgraded his boots to Distortion boots. He wanted Distortion, I guess, to have more flashes up as well as have a little bit more CDR, probably for his ultimate. I find that a pretty interesting buy. I almost want to say that Alacrity or Fear would be better just to catch up to people and stick to them, but I can't say that that was a terrible buy, though. And definitely requires a bit of insight to make those decisions.
Speaking of the devil, Tam actually upgraded his boots. Now he's not poor anymore.
I do think Lucidity's not a bad buy on him, too. Let's see here. Yeah, he's going to have quite a bit of CDR. Oh, my apologies for...
If I was Tam, I would have gone with those Merc Treads.
I almost feel like it's not entirely needed, though. I feel like the extra CDR will be pretty strong. It'll be good and helpful, but I'm not sure if as he as a champion needs it so much as Darius will.
So they got a really fat team. Cam's got almost 4K.
Speaking
It's
of
like 300 health short.
Speaking of Moonflare Spellblade, that would actually be a very beneficial item for Victor, since Red Side team does have a lot of crowd control. Moonflare Spellblade would be, I almost would say it'd be stronger than Lichbane on him.
Oh,
Pantheon ult's coming in. Tom getting knocked away so he can't save him. At least he's going to attempt to. He does, but he's going to get rammed in. The Poppy ult knocking Tam away so he can't properly protect Victor until he gets nuked down. A red team finally utilizing their strength surprisingly well.
What the hell was that?
Darius saved again. The CDR buy on Tam definitely showing
You
off.
fucking eat someone mid-charge. The fuck? There's some motherfucker at Riot reeling into war, I swear to God. That's the only way Tam gets to be like this.
I don't know. As someone who's a furry, I think I can appreciate Kindred.
Okay, you need to stop. You need to stop right now.
Riot decided to make her completely unclothed, and I was like, are you okay, Riot? This is rather a surprising choice from your end. But I will stop discussing that one.
Oh my god, really. So, I'm guessing from the fact that he just built a plastic one that he's gonna go for Abyssal. Which I guess would be pretty alright. I mean, he's always seems to be up close and personal with everyone else.
Yeah, that, and again, blue side team's mostly magic damage. Darius is the only physical, which, while he's definitely not negligible, protecting against Victor versus top Devour is pretty strong. A pretty good idea.
Okay, they're gonna try to burst Darius right here. There goes that Sirox. Poppy dives right for Victor.
And knocks up the other two as well, causing quite a disruption.
Into the Death Storm, everyone goes.
Anivia's going to go into her passive. They're going to be able to take down Victor. Anivia's getting taken down, though. Can they pick this up? It comes down to Pantheon. Poppy's seeming to be incredibly resilient. She finally goes down. Pantheon gets the kill on Darius, but Tom finished them up. Incredibly close, exhilarating fight.
I don't think that was that close because Tam is just... It's like at full health right now.
Yeah,
It's just...
Tam's
I guess
something
play single
special.
player. Those death timers are long too. It's like 3 seconds until he's gonna be able to take this tower and maybe give a little damage.
He has to be careful about doing the next. He can get pinched off by Pantheon, and I don't think he has the capabilities to heavily damage it.
I mean, I was just... Oh, never mind. He's going back. He's gonna go...
I feel like Vilemaw, like if the blue team went for Vilemaw, then they could close this game out.
I think it all depends on if it's safe or not, because if they... I mean, that last Vilemaw was a friggin' disaster.
Oh yeah.
So Vic's got that perfect hex score, which is, like, again, Doran's crack ring. It's actually the highest safety item, like, on the map.
Is it? Let me see. 170 AP. I didn't even know. Wow, that is alarming. What the hell?
Oh yeah, you think I just call him Thick Dick Vic for show? Oh no.
Even I didn't know it was 170 AP,
He
right?
fucking knows what he's doing. I mean, that's also why he's been chunking everyone. So, personally, if I was Victor, I would build a Magic Pen. But, you know, I'm not Victor.
Yeah, all three members of Red Side team have very correctly built magic resistance, so I think getting a Void Staff would be good. He does have a blasting one, so he could definitely be going for Void Staff right now, which I think would be in his best interest. I question the Lichbane because Lichbane's
Poppy. She's trying to sandwich.
they're gonna have to flash away.
Poppy, no, too far.
She got some good disruption off the... She is rather durable and tanky, it's just how much she can use that. Nivea's just going to get bursted down. Victor as well, but yet again, he barely survives, and just barely survives again. We see this time and time again. Darius slaying Pantheon, and then Valkyrie's going to go down as well. Blues...
Oh well, there goes the bleed.
I do feel that Victor should have perhaps gone for Moonflare over Lichbane, but... it seems like... that with the rest of everything else, that it may not necessarily fully be needed, so...
I mean, right now their combo is just someone tries to dive Victor, and then Victor vulnerabilities, then Tam eats him, and then Darius just cleans up the entire fight.
Tam's done a very, very excellent job of protecting Victor. The only slip up is when he ate Darius when he was about to heal, and that was rather silly to see. But besides that,
Nobody's
time and time again, he's performed very, very well. Anivia flashing
why would you
over would
flash
be
over
very
the wall?
desperate, but
Look
she's
what
just
you
gonna
did.
get popped. Seraph's Embrace coming out, but it's just not gonna be. Oh, maybe it will be enough. Pony Montana deciding to back off on Darius
I
just
think
to
that's
finish
it.
the game. That is the game. Pantheon coming in mostly for show. He is attempting to stop him,
Yeah,
but it's just not gonna be
bye.
enough.
Well, they tried.
They did. It was a valiant effort.